Well, hello everybody. I hope everybody is doing well. As you all know, my name is Shelly and I am the owner of flyingwithshelly.com. If you guys are looking for some coaching and flying advice and getting ready for your next interview, if you want to become a flight attendant or just want to be in the travel industry. Now, like I said, you can go to flyingwithshelly.com to book your session. And I'm also the owner of powerfulbracelet.com. So if you guys want to get your lucky bracelet, feel free to purchase yours at powerfulbracelet.com. And there's many bracelets from Pishu Fantasy Bracelet to Lucky Bracelet to Energy Bracelet to Interviewing, Positively Bracelet. You have just a bit of everything. So you guys have come to the right place if you're looking for some advice. Today we are going to be talking about Alaska Airline, you guys. So good news is they will be hiring on the 30th, which is in a few days. So I thought I'd make this video quickly so that the word gets out so you guys can get on top of it and get your application in, you guys. There's a lot of competition. So the minute they open on the 30th, please, early morning, start sending your application, get it ready. If you don't have it, contact me. Again, flyingwithshelly.com. Shelly spelled S-H-E-L-L-Y. And I can do your resume. I can try to get a quick turnaround. It's been pretty busy for me this week. A lot of coaching going on. A lot of you getting hired. I'm so excited. Got a lot of positive email saying that after me helping you coach, you guys actually got the job. So I'm so blessed and I'm so happy that you guys are getting this much closer to your dream job. Now, with that said, let's dive right in. So you know, before we get started, Alaska Airline is very competitive, all right? So the competition is pretty tough. So I want you guys to keep an open mind that not everybody will get the job. It's not like some other airlines that are just hiring in big quantities. Alaska's a little bit more picky, so just keep that in mind. Now I've got, a couple of sheets here. I've done my homework. I don't come unprepared. I've got a lot of information. I've taken a lot of those from other sources. I've taken them from my emails that I've received. I've taken them from Facebook. I've also taken most of them on their website. So you guys can find all this information on the website and other information that most of us in the industry know and maybe are willing here to share on the channel. With that said, let's get and dive right into it. You guys need to be a minimum of 21 years of age. If you're not, do not apply. Again, high school diploma or the equivalent. You need at least a 2-year customer service experience, you guys, really important. So make sure your resume reflects that if you are going to apply. All right. You need to be authorized to work in the United States. And it talks here about on their website, must enter and exit Canada and Mexico. So you guys, that's one of the places that they do travel. So they want to make sure that you're able to travel those countries with no issues, and then you're authorized to work, because if you are traveling to and from, they want to make sure that you have the proper paperwork, whether you're a green card holder or a passport holder, or you're authorized somehow. Also, the reach must be 80 inches. All right, so if you want to calculate your reach. Also, 5'2". Your height. I know that Spirit, I think your minimum is 5 feet. Unfortunately, Alaska, it is 5'2". So make sure that your minimum height is 5'2" and up. All right. I don't know how high they'll go. I know they don't discriminate if you're a really tall person, but they do take into consideration that you need to freely be able to walk without bending or, without tiptoeing too much. They want to make sure that you have the proper height just to reach the bins and in case of emergency. So take that into consideration. Also, you need to be able to pass the training and their swimming test. Now, the swimming test, it will be with a vest. They're not just going to throw you in the water and be like, all right, swim. They're not going to do that. But they want to make sure that you guys can pass the training. All right. There is a certain score that you need to maintain, as well as the swimming test. So make sure that you are comfortable in water, not necessarily know how to swim, although they will leave you in water, and but Make sure also that, you know, when you have the vest on, you're comfortable. You're not panicking, okay? Very important. And if not, then you guys practice. Go to your local, you know, I don't know, recreational center. Maybe they have a pool there that you can practice. Now it is summer. Just find an indoor if you don't have an outdoor, or if it's too hot, like for example, here in Arizona. Just find a place where you can kind of practice and get comfortable in water. Again, you have a life vest, so don't feel like you are going to be by yourself. Plus, you're going to be with a group. You won't be alone. So it's kind of like reassuring when you're not alone in the water. I'm very comfortable, so it doesn't apply to me. But if it applies to you, please get the practice in. All right. You must be able to represent the brand. And what they mean by that, they want you guys to live by their values with pride and integrity. Very important. This is how they want you to feel. This is what they want you to say. This is what they want you to represent. So it's really important that you keep that in mind. During the interview process, I always kind of teach when I'm coaching how to basically sell yourself. These would be keywords that I would use personally, just because this was on their website. This is what they're looking for. And we'll talk a little more throughout the video on what are the things that I would like for you to kind of mention to stand out a little more during your interview. Definitely, you have to have a love for travel. Duh. This is the first thing everybody says. I want to be a flight attendant because I love to travel. So make sure that you are traveling, that you love to travel, and that you are okay with a crazy, wacky, is what they call it, wacky, W-A-C-K-Y. Can't believe they use that word. That you are okay with a wacky schedule in the beginning of your career. Now, it could be a year, 2 years, 4 years, 5 years, the beginning, because a career is long, right? Career can expand all the way up to between 15 to 30 plus years. When they say the beginning, they don't really mention what beginning is, because seniority here is very important. My guess is the first 5 years. Now, it could be wrong. You may be able to get a little more seniority quicker since they are hiring right now, but and that will push your seniority. But my guess is the first couple of years it's gonna have it rough. All right. The interview event, the way that it works from their website, you guys. Now, I've heard different information, so like I said, stay tuned, because as we get closer to the end of this video, I'll get more into the details from other sources that I've gotten about that. But what it says on the website right now, it says that you will get an orientation. All right, so you guys are basically watching a video, you're all sitting down, there's an orientation, they'll tell you how the day is gonna go. Then there's a group activity, so they're gonna gather everybody together in groups and maybe question them one at a time, or make scenarios and see how you guys respond. And then if you guys are selected, by the time they've eliminated everybody, by the time you get through that day, they will choose you for a one-on-one. All right. Afterwards, when you are selected, from what I understand, you guys will be, during the training, you will be assigned a base. The base is not going to be the base of your choice. It is going to be the base of what is needed at the time. So the minute that you guys are sent to your base, basically you'll be commuting, because it's not going to be where you want it to be, obviously. And so just expect to be commuting a lot until you gain seniority, in order to change the base of your choice. So again, there's seniority involved, which means it could be a while before you do get the base of your choice. All right, so your training is gonna be between 4 and 6 weeks. I'm guessing they put 4 to 6 because I know that Horizon is also a regional for the mainstream line for Alaska. So I'm guessing that Horizon is 4 weeks and Alaska is 6. This is why they're saying 4 to 6, the training. And you're gonna be spending some time along flight attendants in the air to gain a little bit of job experiences. That we're gonna spend time in the air alongside flight attendant for job experiences. I know that we did fly one time alongside, I think we did a round trip. We got to talk to flight attendants, touch everything, see how things went. And that was during training. At the end of the training, I remember we had our OE where we're tested and we're actually doing the task of flight attendants, but we're guided because it was our first day, basically, and that was part of our training. All right. And then if you didn't pass the OE, then obviously you didn't pass. But if you did pass the OE, then you are finally a flight attendant. But you are not a flight attendant until you pass your OE, which is what they keep after training, which is so stressful because you have, not only do you have to pass a test, but you have to pass a main test, like a final. Then you have your OE, and then you basically are awarded your, your flight attendant. So with that said, the way that they say it here, you're going to be spending time in the air alongside flight attendant for job experiences. My guess is it's the same thing. They'll just spend maybe a day, maybe more, where you're going to be flying with them just to gain experience and ask questions and touch everything and see where everything goes. All right. You will be sharing a hotel room. All right. With some classmates. Training, from what I gather, is unpaid. They will give you a small stipend. I know, if I'm saying it this right, it's just kind of like a little something to get you by for the 6 weeks that you are there. I remember for us, it was around $625 for about the 4 weeks. I don't know exactly what Alaska will give you, but they are talking about they will provide transportation. Now, not for the interview, really important, you guys. They will not pay for your interview. So for you to go, it is at your own cost. But once you are hired, they will pay for your transportation to go to training. Okay, so they'll pay for transportation and they'll pay for your for your food indirectly, because they are giving you either a gift card or some money throughout your training, and you could use that for food. So they're kind of giving you the food, but they're not paying you for training per se. Like, they won't give you so much per hour like some other big mainstream airline would be giving you, but Horizon isn't, and I know a lot of other airlines do not as well. Okay, now, little tips before you do apply. Just keep that in mind if you guys are really serious about going with Alaska. And Alaska Airline is not called Alaskan. Everybody calls it Alaskan Airlines or Alaskan Air. You guys want to call it Alaska Airline, okay? So it's really important, especially when you're interviewing. You don't want to be saying, I love Alaskan Airline. You just want to be very specific and know the company that you're going to be working for. So Alaska Airline, you guys. So just say that in mind. Now, they have their core value. We did kind of start talking about those as far as, representing the brand, live their value with pride, because they do talk about live our values with pride. Now, what are their core values? Let's talk about them. Safety, all right, really important. Safety, do the right thing is what they've mentioned. Also, be kind, all right? Be kind-hearted is how they put it. Be kind-hearted, deliver performance. So they want you to be at your best performance at all times, and be remarkable, okay? So these are words that are used, and again, you guys, when they use words like that, they use them very wisely. They don't just throw them around and be like, just like JetBlue. JetBlue use constantly the word fun. If they're using fun, it's because they want you to use fun in your interview. So you want to tell them, I am fun. I'm fun to work with, because that's what you're looking for. Now, if their core values are like safety, it would be very important that you guys talk about safety, right? Do the right thing. You want to talk about doing the right thing and what it means to you and what doing the right thing means to you. Because for them, it's very important that you recognize that. Be kind-hearted. They want somebody that thinks for others, is compassionate, and it's kind. And you deliver performance. They want to make sure that you're up to the task, all right? Whether it's midnight, whether it's in the morning, whether you're tired, they want you at your best, all right? So again, use these words wisely. There is someone hired to basically let you know what it is that they're looking for and to word these properly, which represent the brand. If this is something that is written down, they basically want you to use them. So just FYI. All right, that's a little tip for you guys. Now, during the interview process, I've heard from other sources that it starts with your application. So you want to do that before the 30th. Well, it's on the 30th that they open. So you guys, it's in a few days now. So make sure that you get that application in, please. All right. So application. All right. Then you're going to have a video interview. From what I understand, from that, you're going to get a, kind of like a short invitation face-to-face. All right. So you're going to get an invitation face-to-face. Most of them will be in the West Coast just because their bases are based in the West Coast. I believe they're going to send you to Seattle. All right, so Seattle is where you're going to do your interview, you guys, so just get ready. They will not pay for anything if you have to go just to kind of do an interview. All right, so again, no transportation. Oh, I'm sorry, no transportation to your face-to-face. I apologize. If you get picked, they will not. I know with Frontier, if you did get picked, they would put you on Frontier and get you there. Unfortunately, this airline will not. Really important to talk about that because a lot of establishments want you to be vaccinated. In this case, no vaccine, which is a good thing because yeah, that's what they are saying. So they're gonna test you guys. You know how to do drug testing or whatnot. They will test you there, and they will do like a cheek test. And what they're testing for is nicotine. Yes, nicotine. They want to make sure that you are free of nicotine for at least 6 months. So if you're a smoker, you guys quit. But you're not going to be in time for this, so don't even try. They will test you. They're testing everybody for nicotine. Now, I guess for them, it's really important to smell, because if you are a smoker, as you're walking by the passengers, you are smelling, and for them, they do not like that. This is, I think, the only airline that I think does these nicotine tests. I know they do the urine test. I'm sure they will do that as well, but now they've added that they will not hire you if you test positive with nicotine, and they will do that with a cheek test. My guess is it's a swab that's inside the cheeks. They'll just kind of scrub and take that testing. So if you've been free of nicotine for over 6 months, go for it. If not, wait till the next turnaround to apply. Stay away from it, because obviously if you stay free of it and then you just have that cigarette, you might test positive. Now, nicotine can be cigarettes, but it could also be other things. Could be things that you chew in your mouth, and I don't know the names because I'm not a smoker, but I'm sure you guys understand that there's some of these things that are called nicotine that you can, there's so many wide ranges of nicotine, I guess. There's chewies and what do I know, right? But you guys know what I'm talking about. There's different things that you need to kind of be aware of before you put in your mouth, because if you test positive, then that could get you in trouble. Also, no visible tattoos, you guys, very important. If you do have them, hide them, all right? If you have them and they're showing, then you're a little bit out of luck, because your hands and places that are visible can't really hide those. So chances are, unless you get them removed, you can't really apply. As if you can hide them, then that's great. But again, if you have them all over your neck, you could wear a turtleneck for the interview, but eventually you have the uniform to wear. I don't know how you would be able to hide that. So make sure that if they're hideable, then go ahead and hide them. But if they're not hideable, just get them removed, you guys. Definitely something to work on until your interview. All right. Swim tests. I think we talked about that. They want you to be able to swim 90 feet, okay, while in a life vest. So now we're getting more into details, what it is that they're asking. You just have to be comfortable with that, you guys. Very important. The bases that you may be sent to will either be LAX, which is Los Angeles, PDX, which is Portland, Seattle, you guys, which is where you're going to be interviewing if you do get the face-to-face, San Diego, Anchorage, ANC, and SFO, which is San Francisco. So those are all the bases you will be sent to if you are to work for the airline. But for your interview, it is Seattle again. When it comes to passport, again, make sure that you can work in the U.S. Very important. And if you don't have your passport, please put in a request for your passport. Have it expedited. Now with everything going on with COVID, definitely it might be a little bit slower than usual. So I say that if you don't have it, please put it in, because you don't know if, with the delays and whatnot. You want to start the process now, okay, you guys? It's really important to have your passport during your interview, because they will make sure that it's up to date, because once you pass that interview, you are off to training. They are wanting people right now, all right? So they don't have time to wait for you to just put in the request for a passport. You will lose your chance to become a flight attendant if you don't have your passport. So please, please, please do that right now. I think I've covered everything, you guys. I wish you the best of luck. I just wanted to get that video out just so you guys, I don't know, it was quick, but I wanted to make sure that you guys understand that it is coming up. It is competitive. Get your application in. Get that job. Go get it. Go get it. Go get it. I'm going to keep you posted. There's a lot more airlines that I want to talk about, but I wanted to keep this short so you guys can get your application ready and send it. And again, Horizon and Alaska, they may work together hand in hand, but they are different airlines. So when you put in your application, put in for specifically one each All right, don't think that by putting it on Horizon, you are applying with Alaska, because you're not. So there are two different entities, although they do work together. So make sure you send out your application to one, send out your application to the other, and so that way you know that you have two chances for almost the same company, since one is a regional and the other one's more of a mainline. So I hope this was helpful. If you have any questions, comment down below. And don't forget to subscribe. Please click the notification bell. I will have so many videos, and I want to make sure that you guys get notified when my next one is going to be up or upcoming. So make sure you click that bell. It's going to let you know, hey, Shelly's got another video regarding either airlines or deadlines or whatnot. And those are the airlines that you need to know about before it is too late. Because if you're late and you apply a few days later, your chances diminish, you guys. So you want to do it right on time when it is up and coming. So definitely click that bell and subscribe. If you need coaching, you guys, flyingwithshelly.com. Click coaching. I've got everything from 30-minute coaching to 1 hour to an hour and a half, resume included as well. You can Zoom with me directly one-on-one. If you're not comfortable, we could do it on the phone. It's a little cheaper. All right. But there's a bit for everybody, whether your budget permits or not. But I just want to make sure that you get your stuff ready, you get your resume ready, guys. Go get that job. All right, peace out. Have a great day. Love you guys. Bye.